Hello YouTube. Oh shit. Let's set up this camera. Alright, today I'm be going over e-cigs versus cigarettes. Just some thoughts I have, a lot of people have been talking to me recently about how e-cigs are worse or just as bad as cigarettes, and that is like, what the fuck? I mean, you're a fucking idiot. People are like, it's just the same as smoking. And if I sound a bit angry, well, saying vaping is the same as smoking is like saying taking a shower is the same thing as being bathed in ashes. I mean, there is a major difference between water vapor and smoke. Water vapor is made out of water. Smoke is made out of combusting chemicals. There is no combustion going on in here. Now, let's get into the main ingredients of cigarettes and e-cigs. E-cigs contain 4 main ingredients, usually 3. Propylene glycol, vegetable glycol, which are the flavorings, nicotine, and water. That's it. That's all there is. I mean, there's a wick in here that soaks it up, and then there's a coil that's wrapped around it to heat it to create vapor. Now, where cigarettes have 7,000 chemicals in it created by combusting tobacco plants, 40 chemicals from it are known carcinogens, which are cancer-causing agents, and 400 other ones are toxins. Now, if you don't know the difference between toxins and carcinogens, I'll get into that real quick. Carcinogens affect your cell's DNA the way it metabolizes certain things, causing the cell to become defective, often creating cancer, whereas toxins affect the body as a whole in a negative way. Now that we got over that, let's go over what happens when you smoke cigarettes versus e-cigs. Now, a lot of the main things you know about smoking cigarettes, besides it causing cancer, is you get a smoker's voice. It gets raspy. You can usually tell if someone's been smoking for a while by the way they talk. Your lung capacity gets a lot smaller. It kills lung tissue. When I did smoke, I tended to get a lot sicker easier. I'm guessing that's probably because there's hairs in your throat that are there to catch bacteria and help fight it off and cough stuff out. Whereas when you smoke cigarettes, it kills all those hairs and stuff and whatnot. Your sense of taste and smell get worse when you smoke cigarettes. Any form of physical strenuous activity will make you feel like you're dying. I mean, I felt like I couldn't do anything without wanting to fight. Like, if I were to go outside and try and run a half a mile, by the time I was done, I'd felt like I've been dying. Like, my body is literally dying. Other health issues with smoking cigarettes are it ages you prematurely by damaging your DNA. And men actually found that smoking cigarettes actually shortens your Y chromosome. That's all the ones I can think of off the top of my head right now. I'm guessing there's many more. The health risks with e-cigs, as far as I know, is not really to do with the e-liquid itself. Well, in some cases it does have to do with e-liquid. I mean, let's say you get into a car accident and you get cut open, and then your e-liquid somehow starts going in that. You probably will die because there's so much nicotine in your system, but the odds of that happening are slim to none. Other issues I have is not actually about the nicotine itself, but the battery. I mean, these are usually tested. They're not going to fail on you 99% of the time. But let's say that there's always that chance that they might explode, or let's say they're in your pocket, they start leaking through this. They could actually burn you. Though that's basically it for the health issues I find with these. There's one more I'd like to admit. It is really easy to overdose on nicotine. I'm not saying like overdosing is good. That's like the overdose is gonna kill you, but by overdosing on nicotine, it's gonna give you a headache, maybe sometimes shortness of breath. You're gonna feel tired and whatnot. I mean, it's just like a normal nicotine overdose. It's easy to overdo these sometimes. Sorry for being really tired. It's about 4 a.m. I've tried to make this video a couple times, but I keep screwing up and whatnot. Um, yeah, that's basically it. Since I did actually start using these, my health has gotten better, my lung capacity has gotten better, sense of taste and smell have gotten better. I don't feel like I'm gonna die when I'm doing strenuous activity. I can go run a mile, no problem now. Um, well, yeah, still a problem. I'm not like the most fit guy in the world, but I don't feel nearly as bad as I did when I smoked cigarettes. I don't smell like cigarettes anymore. It's not yellowing my teeth. I mean, it is great when you can just chief on this indoors and you don't yellow your walls or your teeth or anything like that. What else do I like about these? Also, these save money, lots of money. I know a lot of people are turned off by the initial investment. I mean, don't go out and get a cheap e-cig. That's going to turn you off to the idea entirely. But I mean, yeah, spend a good amount of money. I spent about $75 on mine. It seems like a lot, and it's quite a bit for this type. I mean, it's not an actual model you can go out and buy. I got it, the tank and battery separate, something to customize to my own liking. I mean, battery itself, $35, lasts 2 days on a full charge. Tank, wonderful tank, holds 5 milliliters of e-liquid, and it's just great. And over time, they do save you money. If you are a pack-a-day smoker, depending on where you are, like where I am, I'm in the northern states, I'm in Michigan. If I were to spend about $7 a day on a pack of cigarettes, that's going to be around $4,000 at the end of the year, which is a lot of money. Just, I have nothing to show for it other than wrinkly skin and horrible health. With these, I actually find I save a lot more money versus cigarettes because I can get a 10 milliliter bottle of e-liquid, which will fill this tank up twice. It's a 5 milliliter tank, and that'll last me about 5 days, depending on the strength. I usually get around 1.8, and that's average. And also, quitting. If you can quit these, you can't. It's almost impossible to quit cigarettes. Nicotine is more addictive than heroin. Okay, it's an extremely addictive chemical. The reason it's easier to quit these than cigarettes is you can lower the amount of nicotine in these, and you can't do that in cigarettes. And it's really hard to smoke less cigarettes, and it is just to lower nicotine in this. Yeah, it's just some random thoughts I'm rambling on right now. But yeah, these are much better for you. I don't. They're not healthy, but they're not unhealthy. I'm not saying that. I'm not advocating smoking in any way. I'm just saying that if you're gonna smoke cigarettes, definitely should switch to these. I mean, if you got a girlfriend who doesn't smoke and you smoke, she'll thank you for it. I know mine did. That's the main reason I did this, is to make her happy. So I don't smell like cigarettes. I mean, I can chief this indoors and not worry about yelling my walls. It's just an all-around nicer way to enjoy nicotine. I mean, your addiction. Also, side note, when you smoke cigarettes, all you get is buckets of ashes and butts. With these, you get cool toys that you can play with and customize and, personalize. It's pretty nice. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this stuff. You guys have a wonderful one, and hopefully I catch you on my next video.